Prime Minister Modi has furthered that to Jai Jawan, Jai Kisan, Jai Vigyan and Jai Anusandhan, as innovation is the foundation of development. For our tech-savvy youth, this will be a golden era. A corpus of 1 lakh crore rupees will be established with 50-year interest-free loan provided. The corpus will provide long-term financing or refinancing with long tenors and low and or nil, I repeat, technologies for defense purposes and expediting Atmanirbharta. Infrastructure development. Building on the massive tripling of the capital expenditure outlay in the past 4 years, resulting in huge multiplier impact on economic growth and employment creation, the outlay for the next year is being increased by 11.1% to 11,111 crore rupees. This would be 3.4% of our GDP.
Trust is knowing someone's got your back and always showing up. Trust is a leap of faith, an unwavering commitment.
Port connectivity corridors, and number 3, high traffic density corridors. The projects have been identified under the PM Gati Shakti for enabling multimodal connectivity. They will improve logistics efficiency and reduce cost. The resultant decongestion of the high traffic corridors will also help in improving operations of passenger trains, resulting in safety and higher travel speed for passengers. Together with dedicated freight corridors, these 3 economic corridor programs will accelerate our GDP growth and reduce logistic costs. $40,000 normal rail bogies will be converted to Vande Bharat standards to enhance safety, convenience, and comfort of passengers. Aviation sector. The aviation sector has been galvanized in the past 10 years. Number of airports have doubled to 149. Rollout of air connectivity to Tier 2 and Tier 3 cities under UDAN scheme has been widespread. 517 new routes are carrying 1.3 crore passengers. Indian carriers have proactively placed orders for over 1,000 new aircrafts. Expansion of existing airports and development of new airports will continue expeditiously. Metro and Namo Bharat. We have a fast expanding middle class and rapid urbanization is taking place. Metro rail and Namo Bharat can be the catalyst for the required urban transformation. Expansion of these systems will be supported in large cities, focusing on transit-oriented development. Green energy. Towards meeting our commitment for net zero by 2070, the following measures will be taken. Viability gap funding will be provided for harnessing offshore wind energy potential for initial capacity of 1 gigawatt. Coal gasification and liquefaction capacity of 100 metric tons will be set up by 2030. This will also help in reducing imports of natural gas, methanol, and ammonia. phased mandatory blending of compressed biogas in compressed natural gas for transport and piped natural gas for domestic purposes will be mandated. Financial assistance will be provided for procurement of biomass aggregation machinery to support collection. Electric vehicle ecosystem. Our government will expand this and strengthen the e-vehicle ecosystem by supporting manufacturing and charging infrastructure. Greater adoption of e-buses for public transport networks will be encouraged through payment security mechanism. Biomanufacturing and biofoundry. For promoting green growth, a new scheme of biomanufacturing and biofoundry will be launched. This will provide environment-friendly alternatives such as biodegradable polymers, bioplastics, biopharmaceuticals, and bioagri-inputs. This scheme will also help in transforming today's consumptive manufacturing paradigm to the one based on regenerative principles. Blue Economy 2.0. For promoting climate resilient activities for Blue Economy 2.0, a scheme for restoration and adaptation measures and coastal aquaculture and mariculture with integrated and multi-sectoral approach will be launched. Comprehensive development of tourist centers. The success of organizing G20 meetings in 60 places presented diversity of India to global audience. Our economic strength has made the country an attractive destination for business and conference tourism. Our middle class also now aspires to travel and explore. Tourism, including spiritual tourism, has tremendous opportunities for local entrepreneurship. States will be encouraged to take up comprehensive development of iconic tourist centers, branding and marketing them at global scale. A framework for rating of the centers based on quality of facilities and services will be established. Long-term interest-free loans will be provided to states for financing such development on matching basis. To address the emerging fervor for domestic tourism, Honorable Speaker, sir, projects for port connectivity, tourism infrastructure, and amenities will be taken up on our islands, including Lakshadweep. This will help in generating employment also. Promoting investments. The FDI inflow during 2014 to 23 was $596 billion, marking a golden era. That is twice the inflow during 2005 to 14. For encouraging sustained foreign investment, we are negotiating bilateral investment treaties with our foreign partners in the spirit of First Develop India. FDI is First Develop India. Reforms in the states for Vikasit Bharat. Many growth and development enabling reforms are needed in the states for realizing the vision of Vikasit Bharat. A provision of 75,000 crore rupees as 50-year interest-free loan is proposed this year to support those milestone-linked reforms by the state governments. Societal changes. The government will form a high-powered committee for an extensive consideration of the challenges arising from fast population growth and demographic changes. The committee will be mandated to make recommendations for addressing these challenges comprehensively in relation to the goal of Vikasit Bharat. Amrit Kal as Kartavya Kal. Our government stands committed to strengthening and expanding the economy with high growth and to create conditions for people to realize their aspirations. Honorable Prime Minister, in his Independence Day address to the nation in the 75th year of our Republic, said, and I quote, "We commit ourselves to national development with new inspirations, new consciousness, new resolutions as the country opens up immense possibilities and opportunities. It is our Kartavya Kal." Unquote. Every challenge of the pre-2014 era was overcome through our economic management and our governance. These have placed the country on a resolute path of sustained high growth. This has been possible through right policies, true intentions, and appropriate decisions. In the full budget in July, Honorable Speaker, our government will present a detailed roadmap for our pursuit of Vikasit Bharat. Revised estimates of 2023-24. The revised estimate of the total receipts other than borrowings is 27.56 lakh crores of rupees, of which the tax receipts are 23.24 lakh crore rupees. The revised estimate of total expenditure is 44.90 lakh crore rupees. The revenue receipts at 30.03 lakh crore rupees are expected to be higher than the budget estimate, reflecting strong growth momentum and formalization in the economy. The revised estimate of the fiscal deficit is 5.8% of GDP, improving on the budget estimate, notwithstanding moderation in the nominal growth estimates. Budget estimates for 2024-25. Coming to the year 2024-25, the total receipts other than borrowings and total expenditure are estimated at 30.80 and 47.66 lakh crore rupees respectively. The tax receipts are estimated at 26.02 lakh crore rupees. The scheme of 50-year interest-free loan for capital expenditure to states will be continued this year with an outlay of 1.3 lakh crore rupees. We continue on the path of fiscal consolidation, as announced in my budget speech of 2021-22, to reduce fiscal deficit below 4.5% by 25-26. The fiscal deficit in 2024-25 is estimated to be 5.1% of GDP, adhering to that path. So the gross and net market borrowings through dated securities during 24-25 are estimated at 14.13 lakh crore rupees and 11.75 lakh crore respectively. Both will be less than that in 23-24. Now that the private investments are happening at scale, the lower borrowings by the central government will facilitate larger availability of credit for the private sector. Vote on account. I'll be seeking vote on account approval of the Parliament through the appropriation bill for a part of the financial year 2024-25. I will now move to Part B. Honorable Speaker, sir, over the last 10 years, the direct tax collections have more than trebled and the return filers swelled 2.4 times. I would like to assure the taxpayers that their contributions have been used wisely for the development of the country and welfare of its people. I appreciate the taxpayers for their continued support. the government has reduced and rationalized tax rates. Under the new tax scheme, there is now no tax liability for taxpayers with income up to 7 lakh rupees, up from 2.2 lakh rupees in the financial year 2013-14. The threshold for presumptive taxation for retail businesses was increased from 2 crores to 3 crores. Similarly, the threshold for professionals eligible for presumptive taxation was increased from 50 lakh rupees to 75 lakh rupees. Also, corporate tax rate was decreased from 30% to 22% for existing domestic companies and to 15% for certain new manufacturing companies. Honorable Speaker, sir, in the last 5 years, our focus has been to improve taxpayer services. The age-old jurisdiction-based assessment system was transformed with the introduction of faceless assessment and appeal, thereby imparting greater efficiency, transparency, and accountability. Introduction of updated income tax returns, a new Form 26AS, and pre-filling of tax returns have made filing of tax returns simpler and easier. Average processing time of returns has been reduced from 93 days in the year 2013-14 to a mere 10 days this year, thereby making refunds faster. Indirect taxation. By unifying the highly fragmented indirect tax regime in India, the GST has reduced the compliance burden on trade and industry. The industry has acknowledged the benefits of GST. According to a recent survey conducted by a leading consulting firm, 94% of industry leaders view the transition to GST as largely positive. According to 80% of the respondents, it has led to supply chain optimization, as elimination of tax arbitrage and octroi has resulted in disbanding of checkposts at the state and city boundaries. At the same time, tax base of GST more than doubled, and the average monthly gross GST collection has almost doubled to 1.66 lakh crores this year. States too have benefited. States' SGST revenue, including compensation released to states in the post-GST period of 2017-18 to 2022-23, has achieved a buoyancy of 1.22. In contrast, the tax buoyancy of state revenues from subsumed taxes in the pre-GST 4-year period of 2012-13 to 2015-16 was a mere 0.72. The biggest beneficiaries are consumers, as reduction in logistic cost and taxes have brought down prices of most goods and services. We have taken a number of steps in customs to facilitate international trade. As a result, the import release time declined by 47% to 71 hours at inland container depots, by 28% to 44 hours at air cargo complexes, and by 27% to 85 hours at seaports over the last 4 years since 2019, when the national time release studies were first started. Tax proposals. As for tax proposals, in keeping with the convention, I do not propose to make any changes relating to taxation and propose to retain the same tax rates for direct and indirect taxes, including import duties. However, certain tax benefits to startups and investments made by sovereign wealth or pension funds, as also tax exemption on certain income of some IFSC units, are expiring on 31/3/2024. To provide continuity in taxation, I propose to extend the date to 31/3/2025. Moreover, in line with our government's vision to improve ease of living and ease of doing business, I wish to make an announcement to improve taxpayers' services. There are a large number of petty, non-verified, non-reconciled or disputed direct tax demands, many of them dating as far back as 1962, which continue to remain on the books, causing anxiety to honest taxpayers and hindering refunds of subsequent years. Honorable Speaker, sir, I propose to withdraw such outstanding direct tax demands up to 25,000 rupees pertaining to the period up to financial year 2009-10 and up to 10,000 rupees for financial years 2010-11 to 2014-15. This is expected to benefit about 1 crore taxpayers. 1 crore taxpayers would benefit out of this. Economy then and now. In 2014, when our government assumed the reins, the responsibility to mend the economy step by step and to put the governance systems in order was enormous. The need of the hour was to give hope to the people, to attract investments, and to build support for the much-needed reforms. The government did that successfully, following a strong belief of nation first. The crisis of those years has been overcome, and the economy has been put firmly on a high, sustainable growth path with all-round development. It is now appropriate to look at where we were then. I repeat, it is now appropriate to look at where we were then till 2014 and where we are now, only for the purpose of drawing lessons from the mismanagement of those years. The government will lay a white paper on table of the House. The exemplary track record of governance, development and performance, effective delivery and Jan Kalyan has given the government trust, confidence and blessings of the people to realize whatever it takes, the goal of Vikasit Bharat with good intentions, true dedication and hard work in the coming years and decades. With this, Honorable Speaker, I commend the interim budget to this august House. Jai Hind.
आइटम नंबर 2 श्रीमती निर्मला सीतारमण जी।
Sir, with your permission, I rise to lay on the table the following statements under Section 3(1) of the Fiscal Responsibility and Budget Management Act 2003, Medium-Term Fiscal Policy cum Fiscal Policy Strategy Statement and Macroeconomic Framework Statement.
Item number 3, Srimati Nirmala Sitharaman ji.
Sir, with your permission, I rise to move for leave to introduce the Finance Bill 2024.
प्रश्न ये है कि विधेयक को पुनर्स्थापित करने की अनुमति प्रदान की जाए। जो सदस्य इसके पक्ष में हाँ कहें, जो सदस्य विरोध में ना कहें, मेरे विचार में निर्णय हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ, हाँ वालों के पक्ष हुआ। माननीय मंत्री जी विधेयक को पुनर्स्थापित करें।
Sir, I introduce the bill.
सभा की कार्रवाई शुक्रवार दिनांक 2 फरवरी 2024 को प्राप्त 11 बजे तक के लिए स्थगित की जाती है।
वो क्या रहेंगी इस पर नजर डालेंगे, लेकिन उससे पहले रुक रहे छोटे से ब्रेक के लिए।
8.35% ब्याज दर, न कोई प्रोसेसिंग चार्ज, न कोई पूर्व भुगतान, लोन का टेक ओवर शून्य लागत पर। गृह लक्ष्मी को मिला अवसर, उनका होगा अपना घर।
मुथूट फाइनेंस, भारत का नंबर 1 सबसे भरोसेमंद फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज ब्रांड। गोल्ड लोन के लिए अभी कॉल करें 1-800-313-1212।
मौसम को अपने पैशन के बीच जो नहीं आने देते, मैं उनका फैन हूं। मेरी तरह SBI भी आपका फैन है, इसलिए SBI आपके लिए थोड़ी एक्स्ट्रा मेहनत करता है। तो एक्सीलेंट कस्टमर सर्विस, असिस्टेंस टू MSMEs और टेक्नोलॉजी ड्रिवन बैंकिंग सॉल्यूशंस। घर छोड़ दूं, SBI बदल रहा है क्योंकि हम एक बदलते देश के फैन हैं। SBI, देश का फैन।
मोदी सरकार की गारंटी, भारत होगा गरीबी मुक्त। 5 सालों में 13 करोड़ 50 लाख लोगों को गरीबी से बाहर निकाला। हमारा संकल्प, विकसित भारत।
हो बिजनेस बढ़ाना, गुड़िया को पढ़ाना या मिसेस के साथ वेकेशन, लो मुथूट फाइनेंस गोल्ड लोन। भरोसा इंडिया का, भरोसा इंडिया का।
मुथूट फाइनेंस, भारत का नंबर 1 सबसे भरोसेमंद फाइनेंशियल सर्विसेज ब्रांड। गोल्ड लोन के लिए अभी कॉल करें 1-800-313-1212।
यारो, शादी तो मैं प्रीति से ही करूंगा। कॉलेज टॉप करके अच्छी सी नौकरी लूंगा, झट से प्रीति को प्रपोज कर दूंगा और फैमिली हॉलिडे स्पेन में।
वाह यार, मैं तेरी प्लानिंग का बड़ा फैन हूं। तू आज ही SBI में अपना सेविंग्स अकाउंट ओपन कर ले और अपने स्पेन हॉलिडे की सेविंग शुरू कर दे। SBI सेविंग्स अकाउंट के साथ पाइए सेफ, सिक्योर, कन्वीनियंट बैंकिंग और ग्रेट कस्टमर सर्विस। SBI, देश का फैन।
ग्रामीण अर्थव्यवस्था के संरक्षक, एग्रीकल्चर इंश्योरेंस कंपनी ऑफ इंडिया।
AIC।
टेक स्टार्टअप सॉलिड था, प्लान था कड़क, करना था समथिंग ग्रेट, पर शुरू से प्रॉब्लम्स ने घेरा यूं कि बिजनेस हुआ अपना लम्बेट। बिजनेस गुरु की जरूरत थी खास, सीधे गए SBI स्टार्टअप ब्रांच पे तो
खुल गया सक्सेस।
स्टार्टअप एडवाइजरी एंड सपोर्ट SBI स्टार्टअप ब्रांच पे।
वित्त मंत्री निर्मला सीतारमण का अंतरिम बजट हो रहा तैयार। देश के लोगों को है उम्मीदें अपार। किस सेक्टर को क्या मिलेगा खास, गांव गरीब युवा कारोबारी किस किस की पूरी होगी आस। अंतरिम बजट पर देश की उम्मीदों पर आधारित हमारा खास शो।
ये साल अंतरिम बजट के लिहाज से, मैक्रो इकोनॉमी के लिहाज से कैसा नजर आ रहा है?
एक्चुअली 2021 से हम लोग 7% के दर से ज्यादा चल रहे हैं। अगले वर्ष में मुझे लग रहा है कि हम लोग ये 7.3 से भी आगे चले जाएंगे।
बजट 2024, विकसित भारत का संकल्प। देखिए हर शाम 7 बजे सिर्फ DD न्यूज पर।
उल्लाल की रानी हूँ मैं वही करूंगी जो मेरी प्रजा के हित में होगा।
पुर्तगाली मनमाना कर वसूलना चाहते थे और रानी अबक्का उनकी मनमानी बिल्कुल चलने नहीं देना चाहती थी।
उल्लाल को बर्बाद कर उस एरोगेंट क्वीन का गमंतोन है। अब इन्हें घसीट कर वायसरो के पास ले जाऊंगा।
देखिए स्वराज प्रत्येक रविवार प्रातः 9 बजे, पुनः प्रसारण रात 9 बजे,
सिर्फ DD नेशनल पर। देश का पहला चैनल, देश का अपना चैनल।
मोदी सरकार का अंतरिम बजट 2024 1 फरवरी को पेश करेंगे वित्त मंत्री निर्मला सीतारमण। मजबूत होती अर्थव्यवस्था, तेज गति से हो रहा विकास, $5 ट्रिलियन की अर्थव्यवस्था की ओर भारत। विकसित भारत के सपने को बल देगा यह बजट। बजट से जुड़ी हर खबर सीधे आप तक। देखिए अंतरिम बजट 2024 1 फरवरी को सुबह 8 बजे से लगातार सिर्फ DD न्यूज पर।
मोदी सरकार की सशक्त नीति, आगे बढ़ रही भारत की बेटी। प्रधानमंत्री मोदी ने बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ अभियान की शुरुआत 2015 में हरियाणा से की। इस योजना के तहत देश के सभी राज्यों में मल्टी सेक्टोरल डिस्ट्रिक्ट एक्शन प्लान्स चलाए गए। सामाजिक संगठनों ने बेटी बचाओ बेटी पढ़ाओ कार्यक्रम को बढ़ावा देने के लिए नुक्कड़ नाटकों के माध्यम से लोगों को दिया संदेश। भारत सरकार और राज्य सरकारों ने मिलकर स्कूलों, कॉलेजों और विभिन्न सरकारी विभागों में चलाया जागरूकता अभियान। इस योजना से बर्थ सेक्स रेशियो 2014-15 में 918 से बढ़कर वर्ष 2021-22 में
नमस्कार, स्वागत है आप सभी का। बजट 2024 अंतरिम बजट है क्योंकि चुनाव आने वाले हैं